We're here with another Cyclone signee, Landon Cato, bringing his second year with the Cyclones to the Cincy Blue Line. Landon, great to see you, man. I know you're in Cincy right now, but welcome back to the Cyclones for another campaign. What the summer's been like for you? How you been doing?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm so happy to be signed again and come back for another year. Summer's been good. I've kind of just been hanging out. Been coming to Cincy a couple times to do these Cyclones junior camps. So yeah, just kind of trying to stay on the ice and just enjoy my summer as much as I can. Get ready for the season to ramp up next year.
That's pretty cool that you're giving your time to want to help out some younger kids. That's something you feel pretty passionate about. I mean, I'm not trying to age you in any sort of way, but it's not like you're some 34-year-old vet that's out there. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Is that something that you care about a lot?
Yeah, no, I that's probably one of my favorite things to do. I know as a kid I was always in camp. Every week my parents would have me in a hockey camp, and not to say that I was the best kid. I wasn't always the greatest kid, so it kind of gives me a reason to go back and help out kids and give them a better experience or the best experience they possibly can have. So that's kind of something I look forward to in the summers. Yeah, it gets tiring and stuff, but I mean, being on the ice, I love being on the ice and I love helping people out. So it's kind of best of both worlds for me.
And are you balancing that kind of with your own training, your own skating yourself? I would assume it, or I guess walk me through kind of your regimen this summer, if that's, cardio, lifting,
Yeah.
skating. What does that kind of look for you?
Yeah, so it's a bit different when I'm down here in Cincy running camp. So here we kind of try and get it in as much as we can. So I was coming before camp. Camp usually starts around 9. I'd get in here around like 6:37, hit a little workout before camp starts, then go on the ice with the kids. And afterwards, it's kind of nice. We get about an hour and a half of free ice afterwards every day after
Hmm.
camp. So I just jump on. Sometimes Coach Payne will be around. He'll jump on with me and put me through some drills. So pretty good here to keep up with my training and everything like that. And then when I'm at home, it's a bit more dialed in. I'm waking up every morning at 7:30, 7 o'clock usually. I get in the gym by 8:30 ish, and then usually work out for 2 hours. Come home, I'll eat, chill out for a bit, and then usually have a skate or some kind of cardio that night. So it's kind of nonstop for me when I get home into my routine. But I'm enjoying it, and I love every second of it, so I can't complain.
I tip my hat to you. That is
Yeah,
summers are supposed to when you're supposed to do nothing.
yeah, yeah.
And I get it. It's all part of making sure that you're ready for a 72 game slate because especially as someone that obviously you got a ton of experience in juniors and you've played a ton of hockey over the last 10 years. Correct me if
Right.
I'm wrong. I don't think you've probably played a 72 games in kind of like an 8 month push. Is that something in the back of
Yeah.
your head too? Is knowing that you want to be available at all times, but also that this is a grind. You just had a front row seat
Yeah.
to it, and I would assume that the goal is to make it even more of a grind for yourself here over the next season.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, last year, I got a good amount of games in, but I'm hoping to play every game this year. So trying to get ready for that. And I mean, like you said, it's a big jump from junior to pro. So it's just learning those little things on how to take care of your body and like just learning from older guys in their dressing room and those guys that have been through it before, just how it goes and how to take care of your body. And just learning the little details of that is kind of what I'm going through right now. And it's pretty cool to learn how the game changes and kind of your preparation changes for the next season knowing you have 72 games to play and most of them are on the road or back-to-back weekend 3-3s. So you got to make sure you're taking care of your body and eating the right food and all that stuff. And for me, I mean, it's my first year fully living on my own. Like in junior, we had
Yeah.
billets cooking for us and all that stuff. So, I mean, Stephen McLean, my roommate this year, he's kind of helped me out a little bit. And so he's been cooking a lot of the meals. But yeah, no, it's good to learn all that stuff growing up a lot. And just learning how to be a pro is really what's going on this year.
We'll have to get a cooking segment with you and Stretch at
Yeah,
some point this year.
yeah, that'll be
See what
fun.
stuff you dial around. Landon, obviously, massive news this summer is the Cyclones linking up with the Toronto Maple Leafs for an affiliation agreement. If you were to go back in time and tell 9-year-old Landon growing up in Ontario that he would be a
Yeah,
part of a Maple Leafs affiliation, can you just push the business side out of this just a little bit?
yeah,
As a fan, is that really cool to hear?
yeah. I mean, it was crazy. It was like when I heard it was like I was a kid on Christmas. Like I was jumping up, I was cheering, I was so happy. I remember texting all my buddies and letting them know. And yeah, I was so happy. I mean, like I grew up wearing the jersey my whole life. I'd wear the jersey to church. I'd wear it everywhere. My parents couldn't get the jersey off me. In my first year at House League, I played for the Tim Hortons Timbits, and it was the Toronto Maple Leafs version. So I was lucky there too. So yeah, I mean, Toronto's been a big play in my career. Just growing up watching those guys on TV and just being able to be a little kid in Toronto and saying the Maple Leafs are my favorite team. So it means a lot more than most people probably think. Just being affiliated with these guys and having that shot to maybe one day play in those levels and have a Maple Leaf on my chest as well. It's always been a dream of mine, and that's kind of why we all start playing hockey back home, is watching the Maple Leafs or watching the Marlies. So yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to say that I'm in that same organization. So yeah, it is. It's honestly one of the coolest things that has happened in my hockey career.
You mentioned the Marlies. Obviously, they're playing just a couple of minutes away from the Leafs. And, this is a system with Newfoundland in the past that's notorious for, sending some pretty great prospects to the ECHL. Does that get you fired up too, as you kind of talk with your teammates looking to 24, 25 that, hey, we got a chance to be, pretty good, not only with the guys that the Cyclones are signing here throughout the summer, but that also is going to be a part of this, Toronto pool of guys they've recently drafted and prospects that they see a lot in.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest things going around our dressing room right now is just how good we possibly could be next year, and some of the guys that we could maybe potentially get down. Obviously, hopefully they have a good year and they make it to where they want to. But I mean, having them in Cincy wouldn't be a bad thing either, and they'd help us out a lot. But yeah, no, Toronto's very good with that on sending guys down and making sure all their levels are pretty good. So I'm really excited to have that pro aspect in the locker room and just learning even more from those guys when they come down, teach you how the AHL game goes. And I think fans are going to be really interested to watch the Cyclones this year, especially with our new affiliate. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on in Cincinnati and with our team. So I think it's going to be a really good year and a really positive year. And I know all the boys in the dressing room and in the group chats and everything. Treat, I hope, and we can't wait to show you guys.
Let's chat quickly about your game. I think last season you just said, you were in and out of the lineup, but always ready, always there, on road trips, soaking up everything that you could, not from just a hockey standpoint, but like you said, being a pro athlete. What are you excited about to prove to yourself, prove to coaches going here into this next 24-25 season, if that's on ice or off ice? Where do you see your growth here on the blue line this next season?
Yeah. So me as a player, I like to really hone in on my defensive game around and play physical. Some of the things I'd like to join the rush a lot more, kind of get more into the offensive zone, make plays, help my team get points as well. I found that I'm a very stay-at-home defenseman, and I take pride in my defense, but there's also two sides of the ice. And so that's something that me and my off-ice coaches and even some video coaches have been working on this summer, just trying to get me ready for next year and just as much as I can do to kind of improve on the offensive side of the puck and be able to produce in both ends of the ice is kind of my goal this year. Complete my game, become a more rounded player, and give Coach McLeod and Coach Payne, they give them a reason not to sit me on the bench and to play me a lot more than what I did last year, because I feel that I've matured and I've grown up and I'm able to take that role in now. So.
Last quick one for you. I know you're in Cincy right now. You spent a decent amount of time there. How much do you connect with this city? Was it an easy decision to come back, sign another contract with the Cyclones? I know, talking with a handful of guys, it's pretty cool to be playing ECHL hockey in a city that feels really like a big market. You got the Bengals right there. You got the Reds right there. You got the Banks. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
What makes things so special about playing hockey in Cincy?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got here, I was kind of iffy. I knew no clue about Cincinnati, knew nothing about it. I was kind of like, oh, yeah, like I'm going to go see how it is, see how I like it. But from the day that I got here, I loved it right away. From the dressing room guys, the way they treat you, to the city that we go out, the restaurants, the nightlife, just living in Cincy, the whole thing, it's just amazing. The weather's great, a lot better than Toronto. So, yeah, it's kind of it's kind of funny. We meet a lot of the boys from Toronto. We talk about coming out here for the nice weather and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, since he's been awesome to me, nothing but great to me. So I have not nothing but great things to say about it. It's for sure one of the best spots to play in the ECHL by far, and I stand behind that, and I'm pretty sure every guy in the dressing room would stand behind that too.
And a
There's
good
not much
summer
that you
city
missed out.
too.
Oh yeah, and that's what we're finding out right now. It's a great
Yeah.
summer city. Yeah, great summer city. So
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for taking a few minutes, man. I know you got to get back to camp. Really appreciate it. Great to see you, and excited for another journey starting up here in a couple of months. Should be fun.
yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Landon. See you soon, man.